in terms of the other aspect about this car, which is the suspension.
Before we go to the suspension, what about the gearboxes? 8 gearboxes. No, this is not a Hyundai. How many?
Maruti.
Oh.
So simple. There are just two.
Okay.
There's the manual and there's the AMT.
Okay.
So the manual is a 5-speed.
Automated Maruti transmission.
Yes. Yes, sir. So the manual is a 5-speed, and as usual, fantastic gear shifts. The clutch is light, so it's easy to use. No problem there whatsoever. For most people, I would say the manuals are good picks.
Okay.
But given the desire, and in this case, how it is an experience that's not really involving or something that will ask you to drive, I would say pick the AMT.
Okay.
Because the one advantage of the AMT is that it takes out some of that noise and vibration aspects of it. Because when you're driving the engine manually, you can lug it lower down in the rev range,
Right.
and then you hear that little
But
bit
the
of
AMT will interrupt you and say, "Kya kar rahe hai?
the
Change the gear."
AMT will just fix it,
Right.
because it will manage the gears so that it stays smoother and quieter, and therefore just a nicer experience. And on this front, the engine, as we said with the Swift, super drivable. I could even pull it down to like as low as 500, 600 RPM and pull from there, and it does that. It has that little bit of that thrumminess and all of that at those, I mean, seriously low RPMs, which is completely acceptable.
Okay.
But the point is, very drivable. And what the AMT also does in this is the logic that it uses is max out the fuel efficiency. And so it just shifts up all the time. The first chance it gets, it senses that you're rolling off the accelerator, it will shift up.
So another Splendor reference for you.
So it's doing that all the time. And because it's the desire, you can say, yeah, fine. I just want to cruise around comfortably. And so that's okay. I just want to cut out the hassle and make this a peaceful commute. For that, the AMT works fine. If you're somebody who's looking for a more involving driving experience, of course, the manual will be better, but then the trade-off is something in terms of NVH that you will have to keep in mind. So you'll work it a bit more.
So it's a slightly noisier car than you expected inside, and slightly more vibey at certain revs because of the nature of the engine.
Yes. Okay. And I think the thing with 3 cylinders is that there's always that dull background, like this hum, which doesn't go away. Okay. It's not the obvious sounds, but it's that almost invisible sound that creeps up on you as you spend more time with it. And that's the bit that I do not like.
Is that what the British motorcycle media calls character when they speak about Triumph triples? Don't answer that. We're going to just move straight. I'm just kidding. It was there, so I took it.
Okay.
Suspension.
So this brings to the other aspect of the desire, which is the genuine step up, and that's the suspension.
Okay.
We saw this with the Swift, and on the Swift, to me, it felt a bit strange because we called it SUV-like in its ability to deal with bad roads and broken bits and all of that. But in the Swift, you wanted more involvement, so you would have traded off some of that, the SUV aspect of it, for more involvement. But it's a more distant Swift in the driving experience. But here it makes sense. Okay. The desire is not about involvement. So that suspension, that it doesn't feel that nippy when you turn it, it has a bit of body roll, that's okay.
Yeah, it's a tool. It's not an enthusiast vehicle.
And it's a very well-mannered tool. So even when you drive it fast through corners, it's not connected, the steering feels vague, all of that. But it holds its line. It feels confident. It's actually impressive how well it behaves. And the suspension for me is an absolute highlight. There's no two ways about it. It makes me wonder, I said to the folks at Maruti there, that you should be making an SUV on this. Because if you think about the smaller micro SUVs, you don't really have one. There's the Exter, which is more of a city hatchback in a taller form. You have the Punch, which looks very boxy and
which
tough.
also has excellent ride quality for everyone.
It has good ride quality. It has good space. It has those SUV attributes. They fixed the suspension now. Okay. And if you think of this kind of a suspension setup in an SUV body style, I can immediately see magic.
So that would be the Espresso facelift.
Oh my God.
No, don't answer that either.
He's like lighting things up on fire today. Okay. No, espresso's too small, and no espresso, no big espresso.
No, you're not.
I'll tell you which one they should. No, wait, I'm dead serious. What they need to do is give the Ignis its due. The Ignis has been lying in the background without any attention.
Okay, I'm glad you got that out of the system, but you're not understanding. I'm improving the automotive four-wheeler world of India by saying espresso facelift becomes Dzire SUV.
Espresso facelift
Yeah.
becomes Dzire SUV. Oh,
Then we
okay.
don't have the
Okay.
espresso to look at
Oh,
anymore.
okay,
We
okay,
solve
okay.
one thing.
Do away with that
Yeah.
nameplate. Okay. ठीक है.
We'll call it the Dopio, which means the double shot of espresso.
Nice.
Good luck selling that name in India.
Okay. So the suspension, tire sizes, all of that are the same. But the way it rides, the way it drives, the way it behaves. So, there's this test that we'll do when we ride on the edge of the road and you step off onto the shoulder. So there's a step and, the surface is not smooth there. And you just see how it behaves when it tracks through that. And on this, at times you couldn't make out. It was so,
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, so nice and smooth through that. The change of gradient, the bumpiness, all of that. Really impressive suspension. So for me, a clear highlight.
You've just watched a 3 to 5 minute clip on the Motoring Clips channel, which means either you are an exceptionally talented millennial or Gen Z, or you're a much older person. In either case, would you like a challenge? Our main channel has videos that are at least 5 to 8 times longer, and they make 5 to 8 times more sense, I promise. Would you like to check it out? Come to the Motoring channel.